Welcome to your daily focus for August the 4th, 2022. Now we have Mercury going into Virgo today, so watch that energy move with our words, with our communication, with our learning, with our investing. Oh, it's just amazing. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. My name's Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. And thank you. Thank you truly for, oh my gosh, all your love, all your beauty, all your joy, all your light you send my way. Guys, I woke up this morning and I was overwhelmed. You guys are just beautiful. You guys, absolutely hands down beautiful. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It is a pleasure, and I am humbled in your presence for being here for you today. Anyways, yeah, you guys rock. Let's start at the beginning. We have the four energy. The four energy is about structure. It's about gaining a balance or finding a balance within. It's about making sure that our foundation that we are laying for our steps forward are strong. Okay, it doesn't matter how much you can build. If you don't have that strong foundation, it's eventually going to crumble. So we want to make sure we have that strong foundation. So even better that Mercury is going into Virgo, saying that. Okay, so the daily numerology is an 18. The 18 is the inner you. Remember yesterday when we pulled the death card and that our inner child was just sitting there waiting to come out again? I thought about Tigger, and then I thought about Miss Tigger here. And so I know you're watching. And I just know that there is a bouncy, flouncy, wonderful person just trapped inside, just waiting to come out. So let's all see that person. Because you're not stupid. You're absolutely not stupid. You don't look it, and I know you don't look it, and you definitely don't feel that way because you're not. You're so intelligent. You're so beautiful. I know that about you. Anyways, I don't know where that came from. So, your spirit guides are working overtime for you. Your angels. We have the 18 energy, the inner child, and it's about feeling liberated, feeling free. What makes you happy? What motivates you? What fills you with passion? What fills you with love? What fills you with joy? 1 plus 8 is a 9, so the 9 is clearing away, clearing the clutter away in order to make room for the thing you want to manifest in your life, the goals that you want to achieve and celebrate, the environment you want to create. It needs space to come in. A new relationship, a new job, a promotion, it needs space. So when we look within, we see what's holding us back. We see what we need to push through, move through, and stop shying away from it. Stop just keeping it in your peripheral vision. Get it out front and center. And clear the way for new beginnings. We have the sun in Leo. We have the moon. I think by the time most of us wake up, it will be in Scorpio, so we'll have a Scorpio kind of day. So where the Libra energy, we were kind of, the Libra moon, we couldn't make a decision. Everything sounded right. Both sides of the coin. We could see it both sides. And so it was very hard to come to any kind of decision, choice. Now we move into the Scorpio energy for the moon, and that is, in Scorpio, there is no gray area. It's black or it's white. And Scorpio digs for the truth. So Scorpio, we're great investigators. We're very good at digging below the surface, beneath the surface, where we scratched before maybe, and really getting to the heart of the matter, so that you can make very true decisions. I got like a Dylan hair or something here. Sorry. Now, Mercury enters Virgo. So, Mercury is at home in Virgo. Mercury loves being in Virgo. Virgo is all about orderly fashion and what has value and what doesn't, and getting rid of the clutter. And so, our words, our motivation when we talk, when we communicate, will be about getting rid of that clutter. Will be about it just brings in an incredibly productive time for everybody. because our communication gets that much stronger. We don't want all those fluff words. In fact, we might even seem a little too dry because we want to get the point across. So we're very, very analytical, perhaps. That's not the right word. About what words we want to use. Or our wording. It's an excellent time to organize your thoughts, journal, sorting out your thoughts through journaling, through talking to a close friend, to a counselor, to a mentor, and analyzing what is being said in order to push yourself forward. So I go back to the numerology. And those things that are holding us back, we can actually have the empowerment. We're so gifted with it to actually move forward, to look it in the eye. What is holding us back? Where do we need to communicate more or start to communicate? Journaling during this time is a very productive time for you. Your words will flow and you will get to, especially the Scorpio moon, so even if you journal just for a couple of days, the next couple of days, you will find out so much about yourself and why you've been hesitant, why you've procrastinated, why it hasn't shown up yet. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, our shadow card for today is the Hermit. I wonder if we're going to feel some kind of insecurity where we need to just kind of go within today a little bit. And really look at where we are and where we want to go. And maybe we're looking more, maybe center your energies more about your words, your communications, and where you want. Maybe you need to have a talk with the bank manager. Or maybe you need to have a talk with a good friend, or a lover, or a spouse, or a child, or a parent. So it's about thinking about how we're going to utilize our words going forward, our speech going forward, our communication going forward, to move in the direction we want. Our first card, look at this, Page of Cups is back. Dream it big, dream it big. Oh my gosh, there's pure magic in the dreaming right now. Pure magic. You know, you hold that card up for the Page of Cups, anything is possible. Nothing's off the table. Nothing is off the table here. What is your dream? What is your goal? What are your desires? Come on, write them down. If you ever want to really see, you know, because after a while you'll look at it and you'll say, well, this isn't necessary, and this was kind of like a pipe dream, but this I could really, you know, want to go after that. You'll find it because you're going to. It's almost like you can analyze it. Then you have the gift of just free flowing from your heart to that page, and then the Scorpio moon kicks in and says, okay, so what's the truth here? And what are we really going after? And, you know, and digging and digging. And you might find yourself really soul searching today, thus the Hermit. And if that happens to you, oh, I'm jealous, because it's a beautiful day to find out something about yourself that has been holding you back and you haven't even realized it was even there, perhaps. It could be a thought pops in your head from 20 years ago and oh my God. Is that why I do what I do today? Page of Cups is here to say, dream it big, dream it. We have that rainbow, the promise, that be hopeful, believe. Our next card, the Eight of Swords, our perceptions change. Yes, they will today. We haven't seen this card in quite some time, have we? Here we are. The Eight of Swords. We are surrounded by swords. We're trapped. We're blindfolded. We can't see where we're at, how to get out. which direction we need to move. It could be total chaos around us. And how can you see with clarity? You know, Susan asked that. How can I see with clarity what my needs are, what my goals are when there's chaos all around me? But there's something really interesting here. There's something that makes you say, wait a minute, my hands are untied. I'm going to take the blindfold off. And when you do, you get the clarity and you get the understanding for the first time ever. It might hit you like a brick wall, for goodness sakes. One of those, and it shows you how you could have gone forward perhaps all this time, although that's something most of us will kind of shut down if it starts appearing in our minds, because we don't want to admit that we could be farther ahead. But you're not supposed to be farther ahead. You're supposed to be exactly where you are right now. So it doesn't matter if you would have saw it, something else would have thrown you off the trail. So don't worry about it. You're exactly where you are right now. But you get this clarity, you get this understanding of how you yourself can go forward. Now that could be now this could be where Mercury going into Virgo, you get the clarity and you get the understanding through what somebody else says to you, and you hear it for the first time, but you hear it in a whole new light. Or something you just overhear, or maybe it's a song that keeps playing and those words take you to a moment in time to show you something, so that you have that clarity, so you have that understanding. And you know what? Once you take that blindfold off, you know the way forward. So it's getting that clarity, getting that understanding. Yes, I think journaling is very important for us today. Oh, please set aside some time. Please just take a few moments for yourself. Piece of paper and a pen. Blue ink, preferably, because blue ink is the color of the angels. So you're communicating with angels when you write with blue ink. Now, some people like to record it and play it back, and perhaps it does the same thing, but I'm an old school kind of girl, so I've always been taught that you need to write it out. Like when I could use a typewriter, no, you don't want to use a typewriter, you want to write it out. You want to write it out by hand, so. But you get the understanding, you get the clarity, you get the knowing of how to go forward, where or what a need might be for you that has been just completely in a fog to you. You couldn't see it. It was in a mist. You couldn't see it. It was in a darkened corner. You're handed the torch. You see it for the first time. Oh, and look at this, the Nine of Swords. So, you know, here's the thing. Here's the thing with Mercury in Virgo is we become hyper-focused. We create traumas in our lives. We create the situation for PTSD to appear in our lives. And yes, we all have a form of it from something that happened to us once upon a time. That's, it's only logical. It could have been a death of a pet, a death of a loved one, a loss of a job, a loss of a relationship or a love. It could have been an accident of some sort. Natural phenomena happen, an earthquake, a volcano, whatever. We all live through things on our journey, and we all have some kind of post-trauma. Now here we are, and we're sitting there in our bed, and we can't sleep. And why? Because that movie is starting to play in our minds. This happened today, You're going to see them tomorrow, What are you going to say? And you start writing the script. Okay, words that have never even been said before. You are starting to create them at that moment. And they're going to get mad, and they're going to get hostile, and they're going to point the finger, and oh my gosh, and I don't even want to go, and how can I get out of this, and how can I backtrack? And the more you think about how to get out of it, and the more situations come in, and the more conversations you have, and the more things happen that are bad, and we worry. And of course we can't sleep because now we're worried. Now we're tensed up. We're ready. We've got that fight or flight kind of energy happening, flowing through our veins right now. Of course you don't want to, you can't sleep. Even if you wanted to, you can't. Because that fight or flight is there so that the saber-toothed tiger doesn't eat you. Okay, so sleep is turned right off, okay? We'll sleep if we survive. Right now, sleep, we don't need sleep. Your brain completely shuts that avenue off for you. Eat? No, we'll worry about if we live long enough to eat, whether or not we're going to eat. So all of a sudden we get digestive problems and stuff. Anyways, this card is saying don't go down that rabbit hole. This card is saying we're going to worry over all the little stuff. So we're going to hyper-focus on these little problems, and we're not going to see the big picture. And we're going to miss the opportunity to use our words to really move us forward in the way we want, because that energy is going to send us down the rabbit hole instead. We're going to start worrying what the family thinks, what the person thinks, what the coworker thinks, what the neighbor thinks. We're going to have invisible conversations with them, and then we're going to get really twisted because you couldn't believe that they would say something like that, but oh my gosh, they couldn't because I just thought it now. And just stop it. Just stop it. Stop the worry. Because 99.9% of that will not happen. So, how do you stop that? Okay, so I got a good little trick for you here today, okay? So, we're going to pretend that we have a cup of cocoa in our hands. And it's a nice hot chocolate, and you can smell it, but it's hot, and you know it's hot, and you don't want to burn your lips taking that first sip. So first we're going to inhale that beautiful aroma of our hot chocolate, and then we're not going to go, because it'll go all over the place, right? We're going to, and just do that 4 times. So you'll notice your exhale is going to be a little longer than your inhale. And just do that 4 times, and it will settle you a little bit, okay? Now take over the directive. Okay, let's get a mantra card. Tilly's tips. But it does. It kind of eases any kind of, if you're depressed, if you're anxious, and even in the moment, I mean, it's very easily to do where people really wouldn't think too much of you. Just and it will actually ground you. So the 4 energies. So I gave you a way to ground yourself, to feel that firm foundation beneath your feet, between your feet. Okay, mantra card. Sensuality. Express your sensuality. So, sometimes we don't need to use words for that, do we now? Sensuality. I'm sorry I'm so late. I didn't even know if I was going to make it. My son Paul, who you've met a couple of times through here, he's going on the trip of a lifetime. He's going halfway across the world, and he's never been on a trip this big before. Most of us haven't, right? And so now with the autism, the stresses, and he's starting to get really jittery, and so we've been running around all over trying to get everything, just right, so that, we could relieve a lot of that stress and worry, but he's still pacing, so we'll get there. Being a sensual person, heightened sense of awareness for touch, smell, taste, hearing, and feelings. So we're going to be able to absorb that from other people too. Beware of that, okay? Sensuality plays a big part in your sex life and your overall ability to derive pleasure from life. Take advantage of what life has to offer and live it with love and passion. Be eager to experiment in life. You can make some great discoveries of mind, body, and spirit, fulfilling your desires and enjoying the ultimate contact with another. Sensuality embodies all the qualities of self-awareness, including your uniqueness, your authenticity, within your own comfort zone. Express your sensuality in your own way and rediscover your own vitality. The mantra is, I live life to the fullest with passion and love. So when you start going down that rabbit hole, okay, know that you can live a life full of beauty, love, happiness, joy, celebration. I live life to the fullest with passion and love. Can't get that. There we are. Ah, that's much better. So it's bringing in a peace of mind almost. So shut off those worries, those concerns. Give it to your subconscious. Give it to God, your angels, your spirit guides. Say, you guys really need to handle this. I'm going to see them tomorrow. Don't know what I'm going to say. So, if you guys could show up with the words, I'd be mighty grateful for that. Because I got all this to deal with. So, and I need a good night's sleep. So, thank you. And yes, you can absolutely talk to them that way. And it is a form of prayer. The Ram, perseverance. The Ram shows up today. Perseverance. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. And it is going to be about your mind and your words and your thoughts, isn't it? Oh my goodness. I love it when these cards go together like this. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up, and good luck will follow. So you have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. So allow your mind. We're so much more powerful than we have been trained to be. Thinking of ourselves. Programmed. Okay? There's so much more potential that we've been taught that we don't have. And we actually do have it. And when you start to scratch the surface of it, it just starts bubbling up. So perseverance. Believe in yourself. You will get to the top of that mountaintop. I know you have what it takes. I know you've got this. So never give up. Good luck will follow. The Ram. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.